knows who you are.
Mike Neislick from the Roanoke Times. Grant, they said they kind of narrowed down the reps for Saturday, the scrimmage. How did you think you performed, and what were your kind of takeaways from that practice?
Yeah, I thought I did well. Like you said, me and Jason are getting the majority of the reps right now. But yeah, I thought I did well. Last Saturday was pretty much the first big scrimmage. We had, I think the first drive was 15 plays, so it was very game-like, and I think we did pretty good as an offense as a whole.
Have you tried to not look at it where, every rep is like make or break, or or is it the opposite where you've got a competition and you've got to put some pressure on yourself kind of every moment?
No, I think you can't do that at all. I think that's one thing I've tried to stay away with. I just try to be myself. Obviously, there's no secret that I'm in a competition right now, and if I think about that too much, I'll put too much pressure on myself and try to force things that don't need to happen.
Grant, Andy Bitter from The Athletic. What were you looking for in a school when you left Marshall, and what was kind of the driving force behind wanting a new start there?
Yeah, Virginia Tech has always been on my radar since, back in middle school. My dad went here. So I've been to a couple games way before recruiting even started. So, when I made that decision to leave Marshall, I had connections with Coach Price. And as soon as I was able to get my name out there, I called him up, and it was pretty easy decision.
You were a two-year starter at Marshall. Was there a desire to see what you could do at the Power 5 level? What was it kind of pushed you to want to look elsewhere?
Yeah, it was an extremely hard decision. But at the end of the day, I had to put, what I wanted first. And that decision ultimately led to leave there. And, I have the utmost respect for everything that went on there, and no hard feelings. But, I always wanted to see, myself play at the Power 5 level and the highest level I could. So, when the opportunity arose, I sure took it.
Hey, Grant, David Cunningham, Tech Sideline. What has the installation process been like for you? And, Coach Glenn mentioned it's about 2 hours practicing on the field, and then everything else is off the field away from everything else. What's it been like for you trying to learn this new offense and terminology?
It's been different. You like to compare it to when you came into college, but, it's different. Coming from college to college, we're all running the same defense or same offense. We just call it different. So, that's been the main challenge is just, calling the same thing different here. So, it's been good. Coach Tebow and Glenn have worked, with me on that, and they understand that it's new for everybody, and we got to take it slow.
How would you describe your game and just what you bring to the table?
Yeah, I think myself as a versatile quarterback. I think when is all said and done, I'm able to get yards, through the air or through the run game. So, I think that adds defenses, when they start game planning, and I think I'm proud of that.
Where would you say Brad Glenn has kind of helped you develop the most so far?
He's really detail oriented. That's something that I've seen, these first couple weeks and that I've been with him on the field. And, he's not going to gripe about maybe like where the ball placement is, but it's going to be, why was it there, or, the footsteps, or, just the little things that you don't see on the field.
Glenn was in here saying your accuracy on deep balls was something that stood out to him. Has that always been something you've been good at? Is that something you pride yourself on, is hitting those kind of passes?
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I think that's just something that maybe comes natural to me, throwing those deep balls, and obviously they're fun for the fans to watch, so it's cool to be good at that. So, I think obviously I can get a lot better at them, but that's something that I feel I'm pretty good at.
Is there any receiver that has a knack for catching those? Do you have a good rapport with any few guys there?
Yeah, we're still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure that out as a quarterback, who I like the most. But we have a very solid receiving core. I can say that right now. Caleb is one guy that stood out in the deep ball, and Jaden and all those guys in the slots that are going to be tough for defenses to handle.
Is it hard to start over in a way? Like you've built up, your 2-year starter, you've built up equity in a team, your known presence, everybody, and then you come here and you're starting kind of from square one. Is it a challenge? Is it a unique challenge? Is it fun? I mean, what's that like, kind of after getting to a certain point and then saying I'm going to start over?
Yeah, it's certainly unique. I would say, it's unique in trying to figure out the coaches, but then, you have to figure out all 120 guys around you. And that's something that not everybody on the team is going through right now. But, you have to just take it day by day. And, if you start getting overwhelmed with everything, you just take a step back and focus on yourself and how you can get better every day.
Is it easy to assert yourself as a leader when you're new? I know you got 2 kind of transfer quarterbacks. You're both kind of going through it. But is that hard? You got to kind of feel it out. Is that a feeling out process?
Yeah, it's a feeling out, and you go back to learning those 120 guys around you. Not every guy is gonna react the same. I might have to get on somebody's tail, but the next guy beside him doesn't like that. And as a leader, you have to figure out everybody around you and how they react.
What makes Connorlomrich so dynamic? Every single time we've talked about him, asked people about him, they've always told us that he's, first of all, they always smile, and second of all, they always just talk about how athletic he is and how kind of dangerous he can be.
Yeah, Connor's one guy that I've latched on since day one. I think he's helped me a lot in that quarterback room, and then now that he's transitioning and finding his role in this offense, I think he's special. I think he can do just about anything. I think he can catch a 80-yard post and then the next play be quarterback and throw a slant. So I think that's going to be a very unique asset to our offense.
What of the young guys, Taj and Devin? What stood out to you about them so far this spring?
Yeah, they're young guys. They don't have a lot of experience, and that's one thing that I've tried to harp on them the most is you don't have to force everything. And I've been there as a young guy. You try to make the perfect throw and you try to make the perfect read, but sometimes the check down is the best option. It's the most safest option. So that's one thing that they're definitely going to gain with experience, and I feel that I can help them with that.
All right, let's go to David Teal out on Zoom.
Grant, David Teal with the Richmond Times-Dispatch. Is it a different experience for you to have a separate offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach? And if so, how have you found it to be different?
Yeah, it's extremely different. I've never had that, and that's one big recruiting pitch that Glenn sold me on was the fact that Tebow is really busy during practice. He's really the only one on this staff that knows the offense like the back of his hand. And sometimes I want to go to him and ask questions, but he's busy on the sidelines calling the next play for the other guys. So Coach Glenn is one guy in practice that I can go and ask him a question, and he's open ears and has the time to answer that.
And earlier, Brad was saying that he thought that you had thrown maybe 1 pick in 9 practices thus far. How do you balance ball security with, as Brent said, he wants guys in practice to kind of push the limits and maybe take some chances?
You have to know when to take chances. Even in practice, I know down and distance. I know when. When you can take chances. And like I said, like I'm trying to teach or show the younger guys, is you just got to know when to take the checks down. I mean, the check downs sometimes are a 3-yard throw that can go 80 yards. So it's hard for you to see that without experience. But that's one thing that I've tried to focus on.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.